Well, a deadly wildfire emergency is right now gripping Los Angeles, with authorities warning the worst may be yet to come. For more, we are joined right now by an Australian living in Los Angeles, James Willis, who sadly lost his property in the fire. James, g'day, good to see you. Thanks so much for being with us at this really difficult time. Just reading that more than 1,000 homes and structures have been destroyed. I'm so sorry to say yours is one of them. How are you holding up?
Mate, yeah, it's been pretty full on last 24 hours, as you can imagine. Look, we don't know 100%, if my house is gone. My neighbours north of me on the beach, we live in Malibu and on a place called Dog Beach in Wildfires, and I spoke to him this morning and his house was gone. Four houses north of me, the whole stretch of the beach is gone, and he just basically said, yeah, it's very, very unlikely that your house is there. So it's but the whole community is being burnt to a crisp, basically.
Oh, James, I'm so sorry. That is just awful news. Can you just talk us through the last 24 hours, what you've been through, what you've seen, and just what's happening there on the ground?
Well, yesterday it kind of just started off. Mate, I was literally driving into Venice to go to train, and I saw the winds, just the Santa Ana winds that we have, and just lately when there's a Santa Ana wind, it's been a notorious fire. It's crazy. So I just had this funny little feeling in my gut, and I saw a blockade in Topanga for residents only. So I just turned around, because if you're going to come back and there's a blockade, the police won't let you in. I had my dog at my house, and so I just turned around, came back, just thinking, just in case there was a fire. And then I was at home, just on my computer working, and I just heard sirens, and I was like, oh God. And I looked outside and I could just see the smoke. And I went outside and heard this lady yelling, and I looked to the side, and there was just this huge mountain of smoke, and it was down at the Palisades. And at that time, we've had so many fires, you're just so used to just, go, okay, it's a fire, it's pretty far away. But the winds were like howling, 45 to 50 mile an hour winds, and they turned northeast, which went directly towards us. So we were just watching it on the news all day, and then, it just got worse and worse and worse. And, we're all ready to evacuate, but just, you just got your little backpack, but not thinking that it was going to be as horrific as it was. So next thing you know, all the neighbours, we all just were on the beach. We were just packing up the houses, because you really got to worry about all the ambers coming off the canyons. And the winds just got worse. And then we stayed for as late as we could. My garden caught on fire below. We were able to put that out. And then the firemen were just like, we have to leave. So we did one last hose of the house, and off we went. But it was pretty frightening stuff. And a lot of the neighbours obviously wanted to stay down and bunker in with the house. But you can put little ambers out, but you can't put fires out. It's just too dangerous.
James, how are you?
Mate, pretty rattled. It's just the thought of maybe losing your whole life. So it's not just me, mate. It's like so many thousands of people, mate, like that have lost their homes and have nowhere to go. I'm lucky I have friends and place to go, but just the thought of losing your whole life, everything. And the worst part was that I wasn't able to get a lot of my stuff out of my house. Because in the afternoon, there's a little gas station down the end of the street, and I went to just go and get some quick supplies, because we knew the power was going to go out. And I got to the barrier, and I went to the policeman. I said, "Hello, mate. I just need to go across, to the gas station across here, which you guys call petrol station." And he goes, "Well, if you cross the barrier, you can't go back in." And I was like, "Okay, no probs." I went to reverse and turn around. He goes, "Oh, you can't reverse." I said, "Excuse me?" He goes, "You can't reverse." And I'm like, "Mate, I didn't cross the barrier. I just told you, I need to go to my house. I'm over a mile down the beach." And he he goes, it's not my problem. I can't let you reverse. I said, I didn't cross the barrier. He goes, you need to leave your car here. So I was like, so if I've got to evacuate with my dog and, my whatever I can take with me, I need to walk 1.5 miles down the beach. And it was high tide, so we would have had to walk down the PCH where the fire was going. And he didn't let me get back in, so I had to walk up. So when it did come to the crunch to, the evacuation, I had to get a neighbour to take me to the checkpoint. I could only take a little bag. I grabbed my dog, and at that time there was like ambers, and it was so hot, and it was just coming. So it was a pretty, and I'm on the street, and one of the neighbours pulls up, and he's like to my neighbour, he's like, we just lost our house. Guys, I'm a mile down the beach at Big Rock. You guys have to, Carl, the guy I'm with, he's lived there since the 60s. And he's like, mate, this is serious. It's going to be in the next 20 minutes, it's going to be in your house. So take this. If there's anything left, anything more important in your house, you just go and grab it.
Oh, man.
And we just both looked at each other, and I went downstairs. It was pitch dark, and I just stood there, and I just was like, what am I going to take? But then I couldn't take anything. So I didn't have any room, and I just said a little prayer and just was like, kind of like basically said goodbye to her, and then got upstairs and got out of there. So, yeah, mate, it's been, it was something you see out of a movie.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, mate. I'm so sorry. Look, we know of 2 fatalities. There probably will be more because we have seen 160 km/h winds, just awful conditions. Anything you want to say to the folks back home, just quickly?
Oh, no, just thanks for all the support. Yeah, it's been amazing. Thanks for reaching out. It means a lot to me. My dog, Bones, and I are safe. It's all that matters, and we're all going to be good.
All right. You stay safe, okay, James? Hopefully you can get back to what's left of your house very soon, and all the very best, my friend. Thanks so much for being with us.
All right. Cheers.
Good on you, James. Jane.
We'll get first to our top story, which is that major emergency unfolding in Los Angeles right now, where 4 major fires are burning out of control around the city. Vision showing the sheer power of those blazes, with hurricane winds fueling the raging flames. Our crew is there on the ground.
We've just driven into Pacific Palisades, and here still the fire is burning and the wind is strong, and everywhere around here it is just decimation. House after house on street after street is gone. Almost everything here is wiped out.
At least 2 people have been killed and there are multiple people with significant injuries. Just moments ago, the California National Guard mobilised. Authorities desperate for assistance and the city running out of water to fight the flames.
The fire is growing. We have no percentage of containment. We have an estimated 1,000 structures destroyed.
Horrifying, isn't it? Live now to 9 US correspondent Jonathan Kersley, who is at the Pacific Palisades fire near Malibu. Jono, incredible scenes behind you there. Fire crews, though, struggling to make any progress at all.
Yeah, that's the real concern. These fires 0% contained, but in some good news within the last half hour or so, water bombers have returned to this area. They haven't been able to get in for a day or so because of these strong winds. There were 130 kilometres or so an hour last night, 85 or so 90 km/h gusts here today, and the fire's fury has just left behind exactly what you can see here at this caravan park. It is cars, people's homes, livelihoods essentially reduced to rubble here. We know that the death toll is at 2 from the fire to the north of Los Angeles County, and we've heard the LA Fire Chief today say that this area was not prepared for 4 fires of this magnitude. People were told yesterday conditions were dangerous, and they were. We've seen more than 1,000 properties have been destroyed in this, and here in Pacific Palisades, everywhere you go in here, there is destruction and devastation of some form. We were just in behind these hills moments ago. Yet more fires breaking out, this time inside an Indian restaurant. Firefighters turning up to put that out, but this is a massive operation. This wind still has hours left in it to go yet, and the firefight has to intensify in that time. They really say that they need to use the downtime over the course of the next couple of days to get on top of these fires before winds pick up again later in the week. People are trying to return to this area today, though, to see whether their homes are still standing. In many cases, the people we've spoken to say they've not. I spoke to a firefighter a short time ago who says he's never seen conditions like this, and that sums up the fire emergency that's unfolding here in California.
All right, Jono, thank you.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my God, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?